Saving is like working out. We know we should work out. We want to work out, but we also don't want to work out. And then comes along Zumba. We're dancing. It puts the fun back into it. So while we're having a good time, we're also working out. And because we're having a good time, we tend to stick with it. That's what these challenges are for. Saving, we can always save. It's very simple, very straightforward. But sometimes, and the further away we get away from January, the more, we don't really want to do it. We lose the momentum, we lose the drive to do it. And so you need something to Zumba it up. I found the sensible challenges because some of them talking about put a penny away every day. Sensible, common sense, reasonable challenges that you could use to, regain momentum, save some money in a less painful way. And for some of you, this is a good way to save up some money for the holiday or just to get back into the habit of chucking some money away. All right, let's go. Change a bad habit challenge. If you have a bad habit you would like to stop, whatever the cost of that habit is, you pay yourself. So if you like drinking Coke every day for lunch, but you would like to cut that, then you would put away $2 or $3, whatever the cost of the Coke is. You would put that away every single day. I actually like the opposite, where you pay yourself every time you give in to that habit. So that penalizes you for giving in. You've been good Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but Thursday you drank Coke for lunch. Well, then you owe yourself $3. But if you're too strong, if you're good at sticking to your plan of not drinking Coke, then the other way works best. The 1% challenge. Now, this goes a couple ways. You calculate 1% of your income, your monthly income, and the goal is to trim your expenses by that amount. So you make, I don't know, $5,000 every single month. 1% of that is $50. Right. So your goal is going to be to cut your expenses, your current expenses, by $50. You are going to look through everything and see, how can I shave off $50? And that $50 you've shaved off goes into, my sound effect didn't work, goes into your savings account. You've just given yourself a bonus, a 1% bonus, because you were not using a percent of your income. The cancellation challenge. For a month, you are going to cancel every single subscription, everything. The only thing you're paying for a month is the essentials. So your utility bill, your mortgage, and food, of course. And that's it. You are canceling everything and pocketing that money. This is a great cleanup challenge. This challenge goes way beyond savings because, when it comes to subscription and all these optional things we pay for, we gradually add on, right? And we don't really see the effect. But when everything is off the table and now you have to re-add, re-subscribe, you're forced to actually evaluate, do I really want this? Do I still want this? The third way this helps you out is, with the subscriptions, after you cancel, they want your business. So you may get a better deal than what you had. Now, this is where I should mention, be careful. Don't cancel subscriptions you're grandfathered into, because no matter what you do, when you try to resubscribe, you're going to be paying the higher amount. You're grandfathered in for a reason, right? So be careful with that. But this is a great challenge to help you save a good chunk of money immediately. For some of you, this may even go past a month. You may end up doing 2-3 months, and that's a lot of money you're going to chuck away right away. For those of you who need a little bit of competition to get the fun going, to make you save more, is the throwdown challenge. So you work with a friend, a partner, or whoever, and you guys challenge each other to save an X amount of money within an X amount of time, and whoever wins gets X. Find X. So, for instance, if it's $1,000, say, you are with a couple friends or just a friend. All right, the challenge is to save $1,000 in 2 months, and the first person to save 1,000 would get an extra 100 from each person. So whoever saves 1,000 first will end up getting a total of 1,300, because that person got an additional 100 from each one of you, and that makes it a little bit more competitive to get that 1,000. It's just a way to put a little bit more fun and a little bit more zhuzh to the saving. Cash only challenge. For a month, you are going to spend only cash. You are only going to use cash. You cash out your paycheck. I can understand if you don't want to include rent or mortgage on here, that's fine. But everything else, groceries, gas, everything else, you are going to use cash. The idea here is, when you see how much cash you're blowing through every single month, it helps you save. It helps you control your spending, because you're clearly seeing the amount of damage you were doing. This is mostly for those of us who use credit card. I feel like I'm better with card because I can track my money, but this works. It's a great way to save money is to go the cash only challenge just for a month, just to see and then see how much you have left over and then compare that to the other months where you're using your card. And for some of you, this may change how you even spend. You may end up going cash only. The 1% retirement challenge. I've mentioned this in a previous video. This challenge has you increasing your retirement contribution by 1%. If you are not contributing to your retirement account at work or on your own, you start now with just 1% of your salary. This way, it's a lot easier to get started and it's a lot easier to increase your contribution without feeling such a hit in your income. It's only 1%. If you make $50,000 a year and you get paid bi-weekly, that's only about $19 a paycheck per paycheck. You're not going to feel $19. And that money in the long run, when it's time for retirement, is going to be worth a whole lot more than $19, right? So the no spend challenge. This is a very popular challenge. This is a challenge where you spend on only the necessity. And by necessity, I mean only what you need to be alive, to survive. Because when you're hungry, I can see fast food being a necessity, but actually it isn't. The food at home is a necessity, right? The fast food, just because you didn't plan ahead of time or because you're hungry, is not a necessity. And what you do is you wait till you get home or next time pack your snack or your food. You only spend on a necessity. Now, what's common is a month. A month is hard for some, so you do it for a weekend. For some of you, just a weekend, and you see a difference. Say for the month of June, there'll be no spend weekends. Every single weekend is a no spend weekend. Once you know you have this challenge, you are forced to find a way to go out and have a good time without spending money. The whole point is you were putting money away, you were saving more because you were not spending. I mean, 1 + 1 = 2. I just oversimplify the whole thing. Just seeing how much you save in a month just from doing something as simple as no spend weekend. Oh, that can just get the ball rolling. Where for the next couple months it's a no spend weekend, or you only have one spend weekend the whole month, or one spend week the whole month. This challenge works. It will help you see that you can survive on a lot less than you think you need. The no eat out challenge means for a month, for a week, for the weekend, whichever one you pick, you do not eat out. And eating out is not just a restaurant, it is also fast food, it's also Uber Eats, it's also food that is not in your house. No eating out challenge means you are taking that money that you usually would spend in buying food, buying drinks, and you pocket that for the month or for the week or for the weekend. Reverse 52-week challenge. All right, the 52-week challenge is this challenge that starts at the beginning of the year. First day of the year, you put away $1. The second day, $2. Next day, $3. Next day, $4, and it keeps going until the end of the year. A big chunk of the money you save, the amount of money you save at the end of the year, comes later on because you have higher amounts now that you're having to save, right? Well, when it's not the beginning of the year, if you start the 52-week challenge now, it's currently June, you're not going to save as much. So how about the reverse, where you start off with $52 and the next day $51 and the next $50 and you just keep going until the end of the year. This, I think, is a great challenge for when you have lost momentum, when you really don't have the drive to save. And an easy way to do it is just to set up with your bank account so that they take out X amount at the every week, or you calculate what a month would be and have them take out that amount at the end of the month and move that to your savings, or you could do it yourself. I mean, how hard is it to just log into your account and move money down? You may not want to do it every single day, I understand. So maybe calculate for the week and then move it down to your savings. If that's a bit too much for you, then there's the bi-weekly paycheck challenge. So if you get paid every other week, every 2 weeks, you set a specific amount and you have that amount. I'm laughing because this is regular savings. I just realized. Well, actually, the advice is the $3 every bi-week paycheck. You take out $3 and you move it to savings. But if you're not starting at the beginning of the year, $3 it's really not going to add up. If you start this challenge at the beginning of the year, then yes, by the end of the year, if you're taking out $3 every single paycheck, and you paid bi-weekly, by the end of the year, you're going to save $1,053. I think that's what I read. $1,053. That's great, especially for something you're not even feeling that $3 go out. But if it's not the beginning of the year, I can see how this may not add up to a huge chunk. But remember, these challenges or not, you're not going to end up saving this a massive amount unless if you spend so much money going out to eat. And so a no eat out challenge will save you a lot of money. These challenges are a way to save money without feeling the pain of saving, right? So if you're putting out $10, I would say if you're starting off, it's not the beginning of the year, maybe up it to $10. If you're putting away $10 from your biweekly paycheck, this is just on the side, right? You're not feeling that $10 go out. But at the end of the year, you've saved money. Even if you only saved $500, that's $500 you would not have saved, right? So that's still something. And that $500, you keep saving it in 2 3 years because it's not money you need right now. That can come in handy. That's a car repair that you don't have to use a credit card to pay for. And mind you, you use credit card for that $500. Add the interest on that, add the late fee you may get on there because you forget to make a payment. And this $500 has just saved you $1,000. I know that sounds like a lot, but do the math. So even if it only saves you $500, it's still something. That $500 alone, come holiday, makes a big difference. It keeps you from overspending, and it keeps you from all overspending on your credit card. Even worse, heck, it keeps you from overspending on buy now, pay later. You're only spending $500. So it's still a great challenge. I just realized the way I explained it is like, well, that's just saving. This is a great way to save without feeling the pain of saving. The Zumba of saving. This is a fun one. Roll a dice challenge. So you pick a day of the week. It could be every Monday, or why not put some fun in your Monday? You roll a die, because you're only rolling one. You roll a die. Whatever it falls on, whatever number you get, that's the money you're putting away. So it's never going to be more than $6. And God willing, you get $6 every single time. And that way you're saving a lot more. But you roll a die, and whatever number it is, you move that money to your checking account for the week. This an even more funner challenge is the Wednesday weather challenge. I tried to find some fun one. So every Wednesday you will look forward to checking the weather. And whatever the weather is, that is the money you are chucking away in your savings. Especially the summer weather, you're going to be getting those high temperatures. Well, that money is going straight into your account. So one, it gives you something to look forward to. Ooh, what's the weather going to be on Wednesday? And two, you get to do some crazy saving during the summer months. And this keeps you from, how we overspend during the summer. A good way to keep you from spending the money you just put away is put that money in a savings account you can't access. Just one you don't use all the time. One you don't remember your login, where if you have to log in, you have to go look up where you wrote down the login. That would be a good one to move that money into. If you move it into your regular checking and savings that you access all the time, no, it's very easy to move that money right back. The next challenge I read on Reddit. So every time this person wants to buy something, impulse buy, they move that money into their savings account. So you know how we scroll on Amazon all the time? There's this outfit you want to buy and you almost buy it. Mm-mm. You move that money into the amount into your savings. I think it would actually work the other way because, well, on one hand, the reason why that works is you end up not buying because you're like, no, 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 I want to move that amount of money into my savings. So you end up not even moving it to your cart. So I can see how that saves you money. So you're not spending, which is good, you're saving, but technically you're not moving into your savings. Get what I mean? So the other way that works is you knowing yourself. Anytime you impulse buy, whatever amount you spend is the amount you put in your savings. So you can do it both ways. Actually, both ways works. If you should give into impulse buying, whatever amount you spend on that impulse buying you did on Amazon, you're saving that amount. So win-win situation. At first, it's going to seem as though, well, I don't feel bad about impulse buying because, well, I'm also paying myself. True, but over a period of time, you'll see how it would also reshape your buying because you may have $26 for that thing, but you don't really want to move another $26 because now you're spending $52, but you really just wanted to spend only $26. So I'm saying, so both ways work. It's a great challenge. If you need additional ways to save, there are countless videos on this channel. Go check them out for additional saving tips. I've tried not to mention any one of them in this video, but these are all great ways to just, bring the fun back in saving, bring the in saving. So you can just stay on course, stay on par as the year goes on. We all have the drive at the beginning of the year, but when we're past the beginning of the year, it starts to die down. This is a way to rejuvenate and stay the course throughout the year until we hit our financial goal. All right. I know it's been helpful to you. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye.